Hello students, welcome to class second year Federal Board, General Science. Today I am giving you an overview of grade 12 computer science book. The grade 12 computer science book is published by none other than National Book Foundation, as you can see over here. This is the title page of your grade 12 computer science book. Writer of grade 12 computer science book is also Sajjad Haider, which has also written the previous book. So the writer is same, that is Muhammad Sajjad Haider. Coming towards the table of content of this book, the book is divided into 9 chapters. This book is designed for practical and theory, both. Theory and practical, both are the essential part of this book. In this book, there are 2 chapters which are used for theory and the rest of the chapters are for the practical purpose. Coming towards chapter number 1, that is operating system. In this chapter, you will study about that what is operating system, what are the commonly used operating system that we are using currently in our computer system and in our mobile phones, smartphones, etc. We will also study that what are the types of operating system, and we also have a look on single user and multi-user operating system. After that, we will discuss about operating system functions. Most important thing that is covered in this chapter is a function of operating system, that is process management. And in process management, you will be see that how process is defined, what are the stages of process, what is thread, what is multi-threading, multitasking, and multi-programming. So this chapter is a totally theoretical based chapter. Then we will discuss chapter number 2, and in chapter number 2 you will be seeing or you will be discuss about system development life cycle. Here system is basically defined by a software, because the rest of the chapter is related with the software. So therefore chapter number 2 is also related with the schema of software, that how a software is built. Therefore system is known as a software. Then we'll discuss about the definition, or you can say introduction of system development life cycle. We will also look upon objective of SDLC, stakeholders of SDLC, and phases of SDLC. There are 10 phases of SDLC which are defined as planning, definition, obviously, feasibility analysis, requirement engineering, and so on and so forth. So in this chapter, the whole study is related with the system development life cycle, that how a software is built or developed. After that, we will look upon that how are the personals involved in system development life cycle. And here comes programming part, that is object-oriented programming in C++. Here in this chapter, we will teach you that how you can program in C++. So therefore, chapter number 3 is basically related with the fundamentals of programming. And in fundamental, we will be discussing about what are the header files, what is the structure of a C program, statements, comments, variable constants, their rules. We will also teach you that how operators will solve in C++ and how input output are handled in programming language, specifically in C++. Then in chapter number 4, we'll teach you about some control structures, that what are control structures, how decision is made, and how you can control your program with the help of this loops. There are 3 kinds of loop, or you can say 4. Nested is also a kind of loop. So we have all in all 3 kinds of loop, that is for loop, while loop, do while loop, and we have nesting as well. So I include this is also in the type of loops. And we'll be having certain decision control structures, that is if statement, if else statement, else if statement, switch statement, etc. So in this chapter, we'll discuss about how your program is controlled by yourself. After that, We will discuss about arrays and string. Arrays and string is totally new concept for you. Those who haven't studied computer science in class 10, the whole book is new for them. But those who have studied uh, class class 10th computer science, they have certain idea about control structures and fundamentals of programming, but they haven't seen that how arrays and strings are used in programming language. So we'll teach you that what is array, how arrays are declared, and then we'll also tell you about strings. After that, we have chapter number 6, that is functions. Functions are very important chapter. Function is basically the essence of a programming language. Without function, no programming language can be built or can be developed. You cannot create a software without using a function. So there is a huge list of function, and we'll look upon that what are these statements and how these statements will be used in future. Easiest chapter of this book is chapter number 7, that is pointers. It's a very short chapter and it will be just 2 to 3 pages. So you will find this chapter relatively easier as compared to the previous chapter. And then here comes the essence, again an essence of programming language, that is objects and classes. Basically this C++ is an object oriented programming language. Therefore you must have an idea about objects and classes. So classes and objects, we have or you can say we can tell you about that what are classes, what are objects, what are the members, access specifier, data hiding. It's a huge and a very lengthy concept, so we'll be discussing about this in this year, right? After that, we have last chapter, that is file handling, that we want to store our program in our hard disk. If we want to store our output and our input both, then we must need file handling, right? So we have to have a very extra knowledge about how to deal with the data that is input and that is output by the user, and to solve or to store these kind of data in the hard disk. So in chapter number 9, we'll discuss about types of files, opening files, beginning of file, ending of file, streams, types of stream, etc. So this is a brief introduction of this chapter. If I am talking about the difficulty level of this complete book, then I can say that chapter number 1 is basically a relatively easier chapter as compared to the other chapter. So I might say that chapter number 1 is basically an easier chapter. Chapter number 2, the difficulty level of chapter number 2 is also very easy. It's not that much hard. Chapter number 3, for those who are new to programming language, chapter number 3 is a bit difficult for them. Bit difficult, not much. And chapter number 4 is also a bit difficult. Now the real difficulty starts from chapter number 5. Chapter number 5 is hard. Chapter number 6 is also hard. Chapter number 7 is very easy. If you understand all these chapters, then this chapter is easier for you. Or otherwise, if you haven't studied these 4 chapters very well, then obviously chapter number 7 is also difficult for you, right? So those students who understand chapter number 5, chapter number 3, 4, 5, 6 very clearly, for only those students chapter number 7 is easier. Otherwise chapter number 7 is also a hard chapter. Very hard chapter is chapter number 8, and chapter number 9 is a medium kind of chapter. So this is how we can define our book. I hope you understand all these terminologies. Thank you.